Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side, so I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, you just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So, Magicians and High Priestess members, don't forget that your live will be at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, so 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are part of the overall channel memberships, your next Major Arcana Series video will be posted tomorrow, so check back for that. Okay, let's go ahead and let's begin. Taking a step aside. And allowing Spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay, I'm seeing a chariot. This chariot is being pulled by, I'm seeing like a woman. So this is definitely a goddess sort of energy that's coming through. Okay, and then I'm seeing dark. So there's something about dark goddess coming through, and I'm seeing black cats. Okay, so this is definitely going to be an energy that is coming forward from like a dark goddess sort of energy. I don't know if it's going to make itself known, step forward. I don't think it's going to step forward. So this just seems to be for somebody who is aligned with dark goddess energy. It's almost like it's part of your soul signature, whoever this message is for, okay? There's some sort of, because I'm seeing like this light turn on. There's some sort of either realization or we received some sort of news, maybe even some sort of truth about something. And whatever this is, it seems to be setting off a particular course. I'm seeing almost like a wildfire. So I think for some of you, this is going to set off a particular course where you're investing a lot of energy towards whatever this insight or this truth or this piece of news is that we recently have received. For some of you, this feels a little chaotic. For others of you, this feels very strategic. The reason why it's important, those are the two options. But the reason why I'm saying those two things is because whoever this message is for, you're not going to be the person that stands still. You're not the person that's just going to let whatever happen. So on one hand, somebody may be a little chaotic, like oh, okay, I'm feeling that this is actually what just happened, and then you're stepping into the energy of being more strategic. So the chaos seems to be a little bit mental, emotional mental. So wondering what you're going to do, wondering what's going to happen next, or, there's something like that, trying to find answers to something. And then maybe you received the answers, maybe you received the information that you needed, but now we're starting to come up with some sort of strategy and strategically taking steps. So it's almost like we've aligned ourselves to our personal power in whatever this is now. And now that we've done that, there's some sort of momentum that's taking place, which is why this dark goddess energy is stepping through. I'm almost feeling the idea of like cosmic forces. There's certain cosmic forces that we've now aligned to rather than going against them, which is what that chaotic energy was doing. I feel that for some of you, this is a situation or a circumstance has recently taken place that we're not necessarily understanding, or maybe we do now. Maybe we do now. That's why it's becoming strategic. At first, we didn't understand that this is actually happening for you. This is almost like the testing ground in which your abilities and your skills are shown. Right? So it's easy to say, I've learned this and I do this and I practice this. But then when we're actually on the battlefield, can we produce? Right? So that's kind of the energy that's coming through, which tells me that whoever this message is for, you might resonate with being a healer. You might resonate with being, fill in the label, right? There's some sort of label that we assign to ourselves, or at least we identify with on some level. Maybe it's someone that does magic. Maybe it's someone that's able to manifest. And this situation that's currently taking place that has caused this chaos and confusion, we're now stepping into the energy where we understand that this is the testing ground. This is basically what all of this was for. Oh, I like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have Sylvanus, and this is a perfect card for that energy. It's where some sort of mask or some sort of hold is lifted. This is literally what all of your skills and all of your abilities were designed for. And this is where we get to finally utilize them in the way that they're meant to be utilized in order to, you know that saying that the wounded healer. This is kind of making me think of the energy of when the wounded healer heals himself, right? And this is when they become the master and the master healer. So there's something here like that. Maybe this is in reference to someone's ability to, for example, do shamanic journeys. Maybe this is in relation to somebody being able to practice magic or, again, manifest in some way. Or maybe you have an ability to do dream recall or dream work, and there's some sort of situation that has recently presented itself that seems like a negative situation that is essentially the ground on which your soul is going to be able to prove itself. So it's like, okay, and very clearly it came through, it's like an initiation. It's like an initiation into actually being able to call yourself this thing, right? Okay, well, this is like I'm not gonna lie, like this is a fairly big energy. Whoever this message is for, you're not new to this, right? This is something you've been doing for a very, very long time, and it may even encompass several different modalities or several different practices. And whatever this news, this information, this situation is that has recently occurred, your little descent into this like chaotic little spiral that I'm feeling, it was part of it. It was necessary. It was necessary because it's almost like having to get to the bottom in order to understand, oh yeah, that's right, that's who I am. I have to like get back up. So there's definitely almost like this dark night of the soul energy that has come into this reading for me that I feel that someone is kind of over now. And when we have this soulless energy, this is that like bursting forward of that divine self, right? So this is really the point of these two energies. It's saying that this situation that we currently find ourselves in, whatever the situation is, it's going to be different for everybody. It's really to show to ourselves what sword we're actually wielding, right? Have we sharpened it? Have we sharpened our abilities? Have we really earned and learned our place to be able to call ourselves, whatever it is. Maybe it's shaman, maybe it's witch, maybe it's healer, whatever the case is. And this is kind of where we get to express that in its totality here. Okay. Someone here, you may be working on particular faculties of intuition, so particular psychic faculties at this time as part of this process also. I can't even make it up. We have the Dark Lady showing up. This is the Dark Goddess energy. So again, this is just confirmation for me that this is who's coming through. Okay. Okay, so when I'm stepping into this energy, I think that the reason why it's not stepping forward necessarily in the way that I would like for this message is because many of you are working with different deities. So some of you may be working with the Morrigan, some of you may be working with Hecate, some of you may be working with, those are the two that's really standing out to me. I actually feel that someone here is heavily working with Isis. So even though we don't necessarily think of her in that particular way, somebody is stepping forward with Isis energy here. Okay, let's see. Someone here, you're working with really, really old ones, very old ones. Okay. In 6 months, okay, so 6 months from the time that you watch this video, this situation that many of you are dealing with will not be the situation. Okay. Again, this is something that has happened that's rather unexpected. We were focused over here. We had our own plans. We had our own ideas of things. And then it's almost like something kind of came in. Notice this sort of like cosmic force vibe going on here. It's like, hey, but look at this. Like this is kind of the cup I'm going to offer you now. This is the opportunity I'm offering you now. And I don't think that this individual on this card recognizes the opportunity here, but it's an opportunity to take control of the energy. That's what the Emperor does. He's in charge, right? Interesting. Okay. What kingdom have you built for yourself? That's sort of the energy that's surrounding this Emperor right now. And again, we are coming out with a card here. It is the Six of Wands. Again, 6 months is coming out for me. And the Six of Wands is all about success. So, and you know, I can't say that that's going to be the case for all of you, because some of you, you may be stuck inside of like this chaotic energy for a little too long, right? The real energy in this that's changing it into a story of success is solace. It's where somebody remembers who they are, and they remember what they've been through. They remember what they've learned. But a person who doesn't remember that isn't going to have the success. So, you know, I can't blanket statement say that everybody, you're going to be fine in 6 months. But the person who remembers who they are and they step into that energy, this is basically what's on the other side. Okay, here what we have is we have the Hangman. The Hangman is where we gain a different perspective. Something has been sacrificed in order to truly learn the forces that are around us, right? That's what this card tends to represent Odin for me, where he sacrifices an eye at Mimir as well, and then he gains the knowledge of the runes. This is where we basically have somewhere here in the past, we've let something significant go, okay? And in letting something significant go, this is, maybe you were asking for some energy inside your life to change. Maybe you were asking for something to come about or be created. And the bridge between that and that thing is this. It's basically having to step into our true authenticity and having to become who we were always meant to be, right? One more here. We have the Three of Wands. I almost get this energy here as being these two here being this feeling of a message that's not necessarily related to you. It's related to like this cosmic force or this like dark goddess energy. They've been waiting. That's really the feeling here, is I'm offering you something. How you take this is going to determine your level of success, and we've been waiting. So it's like they've been waiting for somebody to really see themselves, right? To really understand exactly who they are. I feel that whoever this message is for, you were probably, you probably went through like an initiation experience very young, or at least if not very young, then a lot, much earlier than like this reading, right? So what I mean by that is you've been at this for a while, and in this sort of process, there has had to have been some kind of very dark path that we followed at some point, okay? And whether this is something that was inflicted on us or something that we chose. Now, in this sort of dark path that a person chose, there has been a refining of abilities, a refining of skills, a refining of modalities, learning how to do different things, learning different things about yourself. Probably in the last few years, it's been more about learning something about yourself than anything. A lot of healing has also taken place. And all of those tools were, you know, all of those skills, all those experiences, they were just tools inside of a toolbox that was meant to be used at the appropriate time. Whatever this is, right, this is a situation that now you get to use all of those tools. And once you use all of those tools, you'll never question yourself again. You'll never question, is this really what I do? Is this who I really am? Am I really able to do these things? And this sets somebody up for the exact internal understanding of a key part of like their destiny, of their genuine like soul makeup, of their storyline, right? This is where we're coming back into alignment with an aspect of ourselves that we lost a long time ago. And for some of you, it's not even in this life. It's before lives of lives of persecution, right? So this is bringing somebody back into alignment in a part of their soul that they've been trying to retrieve, but you can't retrieve it for free, right? It's like if you really genuinely want to retrieve this thing, you have to accept the situations that come with this thing. And one of the situations is becoming the person that is much more deeply understanding of who they are and how powerful they are. That doesn't happen by sitting on a couch being happy, right? That happens because you have the situations that prove that to you. So whoever this message is for, whatever you've been doing, this is actually evidence that it's working. This situation cropping up in your life, this thing showing up, this, for some of you, it's devastating. I'm not going to lie. Like, for some of you, it's a little bit of a devastating energy, especially with gotcha on the bottom here. This is when you see something you don't want to see. It's something that you weren't expecting. And I will say, because this is following that, we have Geo, the slow. For some of you, again, 6 months, it's going to be a little bit of a slow process. It's not going to be something that happens overnight for most of you. But this is literally... this is what it takes to step into the thing that you've been asking for. And it's not because this surface thing, it's like a punishment or a test or anything like that. It's because it's required to cultivate that part of self in order to become what we need to be for this thing that we've requested, right? And I feel that what you've requested is actually very simple. For some of you, it's a very simple thing. And so the question might be, why do I need to go through all this? Because you have to authentically be you. And there's been something missing inside of our human story, quite possibly for lifetimes, that has kept us from that authenticity. Whatever it is that you're trying to create in your life, whatever you're trying to attract, it's something so powerful that you have to meet it in that power. And in order to do that, you have to regain this part of yourself. And that's why this situation is happening. So whoever this message is for, I wish you the best of luck with this. This is, like I said, this is really big energy. So I'm going to leave this here. If it resonates with you, feel free to like the video and feel free to leave a comment. And until next time.